playoffs in the PRA Rickfest series. I'm gonna be your host, Wired. I'll be joining the booth with my good pal on a mission. How you doing, buddy? Not too bad. I'm excited to see some good racing. And that's what we like to see, we always give everyone their fair shot. I put the message out today. An unknown volunteered you, so here you are. Yeah, me as well, man. It's gonna feel weird. For those who are just joining in the chat and maybe watching this later, I announced a soft retirement for myself going into next season. I'm gonna focus on helping run the league and just focus more on the media side because we kind of fell off a little bit this season. Yeah, man. I'm still gonna be racing. I'm gonna be running some fun events on the side, especially if we're just doing 1 day a week. Definitely run some more demo derbies and just add some extra stuff, kind of like what you guys do in the WPL, just not every week on a schedule. So we can't hear you, Mr. Mission. Yes, sir. Thank you, Oscar. Much appreciated, brother. Well, while we're figuring that out, we're going to be watching Lobby 1 right now with the Spider Monkey, captain of the Shenanigan Pancakes, Beast Bragg, the captain of the Live Wires, and the missing W currently, who is the captain of the Flying Missiles? I think that's the name. So I know on PlayStation 4 you go to the party screen to change that. Not 100% sure on PS5.
Wow. All right.
There
Can
you
everybody
go.
hear me?
All right. We will get word from Oscar in just a second, I'm sure.
Dang, I just said all that and nobody heard me.
Nice.
Well, guys, I'm a guest from WPL. I'm here to commentate. There you go.
Yep, that's pretty much what we talked about. All right, we can hear you.
Boys get with it here. All right, cool.
Good to go. So we're going to be starting off on Sandstone Raceway main route reverse. For those who don't know how the tracks and cars were picked, for this lobby, we have the number 1 seed in Flying Missiles. Being the number 1 seed, they had the honors of picking cars and tracks for this week. And in lobby number 2, which will be happening at about 8:30 Eastern, we had the number 2 and 3 seed. So I believe the 2 seed picked the car, and the 3 seed ended up picking the tracks.
You know what's going to be an interesting race tonight? The next one, especially with the road cutter. That is going to be wild.
Oh yeah, so for those who are tuning in, that's definitely, I'm not going to spoil anything until we get there, but that's definitely one you don't want to miss.
Oh, my bad. I'm glad I didn't give too much away.
I will give away it's an A-class road cutter, but the first track is going to be definitely something interesting.
This one's gonna be challenging too, especially how slick this track is, especially if you get off in the light stuff.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, W picked it to his strengths, of course. I mean, as any captain in his situation would. So I know he loves these longer tracks. There's just more room to.
he's earned that pick too. So I mean, everybody's gotta dig a grave and lay in it, try to figure it out.
You know what? He doesn't deserve it. His team deserves it because that
Yeah,
man
that is
missed like
true.
2 or 3 weeks, and you
Oh,
know, the series week,
well, that's
Soul Pun ended up sweeping the Silver Series. So, hats off to him. He was definitely a strong player for that first seed. But as soon as everyone gets in here, we will be getting started on 5 laps of qualifying. I tried this track out just for a little session, and I struggle here. I always have, so it'll be interesting to see how these guys run.
yeah. And I will say I've said this before, but you guys in C class are something like out of this world because when I get in C class stuff, I, yeah, you might as well just kiss it goodbye because I'm gonna be a back marker.
Yeah, I mean, you have guys like W and Spider, even Sprag are all Mamba. There's quite a few people that are good in multiple classes, but most of the guys that we've picked up have been from C or B class, and that's what we feel like is home.
I will say though I like B class, but down here I can't keep the momentum up. I'm just like go 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 and freaking just ride it around the track as yeah. So,
Yeah, it's
but
it's it's a whole other challenge in its own racing in C class. Some people think it's really easy because it's slow, but
no,
keeping that momentum is very difficult.
there's a lot more to it than just you're going slow.
And then on the opposite end of the spectrum, obviously, WPL, home of the A-class drivers. It's some of these guys from PRA go over there, and we find it difficult running A-class because we never do it.
I will say though, hats off to you guys because there has been some of you guys that have actually really done really well that were kind of hesitant about it. So, I like seeing us mesh together. I've always said that, and I hope it continues.
Yeah, me too. And I think the team event that's happening right now is going to help both leagues grow and crossover.
All right. So is this PRA semifinals? Is that what we're calling it here?
Yeah, I guess
Or
that's a good
oh,
word
all
for it.
right.
Semifinals. I'm going to ride on board. You know what? I'm going to show some love. He's my prodigy that could to Brad Perk. I trained this man up. Let's see how he does.
I think I'm gonna jump on my boy Spider Monkey here. So
Yeah, Spider is one who I've been watching the screenshots come in. I have access to all the chats again. I was sad that Oscar left because I couldn't flip him off when I got access, but um, I've been seeing some strong times out of Spider, especially at this track here.
yeah, Spider's no joke, man. He's a heck of a racer around here. That's for sure. I've had a lot of good races with that guy.
Yeah, me as well. It seems like last season in particular, me, Spider, and Ty Hard just couldn't get off each other all season.
There you go.
So I will say for the people in the chat, some of these guys are rocking just the regular Star Beast. W picked the Star Beast SS, but obviously it's a tournament car, and some guys don't have that, so they're running with the Star Beast.
Spider's running a pretty good line on this lap here. Let's see what happens. You got Brad Perk up there too, and let's see. Hopefully these guys be smart and give each other some room here.
Yeah, it seems like that's what Spider's doing, just kind of backing off a little bit to have a
Oh,
good
he
lap
did
on the
back off,
second time
didn't he?
around.
Oh, he was getting it when I was watching a second ago.
Yeah, he probably noticed he was catching up to Brad, so he decided to lay off a bit so he could have a full clean lap.
Let's check out some. Ready to see some times here. Oh, Brad kind of
Brad's
goes off there.
flipping. Calm down, Brad. This is qualifying.
Ruthless 104.2, spread 104.3, wheelie 104.6. We'll check on Spider
Swamp
here in the
Dog.
next lap. Oh, look at that! Wow.
Man, That's a hell of a lap.
103.6. Holy cow.
I mean, I saw in the
What team is
chats
he?
Swamp Dog is on the live wires,
Okay. I'll have to
I
get
think.
that, but
Let me
that
double
is a
check
heck.
that.
Oh, W coming out with a 103.0. Still, Swamp Dog, that's a very, very good lap. Booby's in the 103s now.
Yeah,
103.8.
I have double checked. Swamp Dog is on the live wires, so he's teamed up with Sprag, Brad Perk, and Wheelie Bum. But I mean, for a bronze to come out here and just first lap 103.6, that's impressive.
That's putting out a statement there that he's just because he's bronze, he's going for them top spots. So we'll see what happens.
Spider's coming around for his first full hot lap.
That's a good lap for Spider, 103.2.
Yeah, and I saw in his chat that he was hitting low 103s to high 102s, so I expect to see him get down there.
What do you think W's going to run?
I think W, man, with him being grounded, yes, I'm calling him out, he's grounded again. I think maybe like a 102.8 he could probably squeeze out. And as you can see, W's doing the W thing with his team where everyone just waits at the back and they run together. Very smart tactic, to be honest. Looking around the field, Ruthless Mamba's coming for his second hot lap. He's down into the 103s now with a 103.9.
Very good lap.
Man, I still can't get
what
over.
I could do.
Oh, I mean, me too, man. I didn't put a whole lot of time. I probably did about 10 laps here, and I think a 105.0 was like where I capped off. But like I said, these long tracks, they're very hard on me. I've never
I'm
been
more
good
of a
on
short
them.
track guy.
Me too. I like the short to mid-size track, you know, like give me a 45-second lap and I'll be happy.
Yep.
But I mean, my favorite track in the game is Savalac Short, which, you know, even in C class is like 36, 37-second lap times, I think. So
It's a very good one. Very respectable choice there. I'd have to agree.
well, and it's my favorite for a bit of a biased reason. It's the my first ever PRA win is on Savalac Short.
Hey man, I feel you there. My first ever WPL win was at Kingston reverse, and it was a photo finish.
Ooh, now that's a track.
My actual not like sanctioned were not a sanctioned race, like because I was in rookies at that time. But my first non-class win was at Espadal and Short. Do you remember OG Bar?
Espadon Short. I do not know that name.
Oh, he was on top of the leaderboards. Well, one of them on top of the leaderboards like a couple of years ago, and I beat him and unknown. I luckily got a caution, but I restarted out front, and Maverick was behind me. Oh man, that I remember that one.
So qualifying is over. I think I can W. Not a surprise. Taking that pole position. Spider Monkey in
Get
second.
it?
And the surprise of B&B
Yeah,
Swamp Dog in third.
that is a hell of a lap there, feller.
That is, like, kudos to you, man. That's insane. But looking at the team spread, it's looking like W's in a pretty strong position, having Bobby, man, it feels weird calling him that, in fourth position. And Spider's looking pretty good too, with Mamba right there in fifth. So definitely two teams to be looking out for. And I see Anthony Tucker in the chat saying that him and D-Highs checked this morning, and the Star Beast and the Star Beast SS have the same horsepower, same torque, and same weight. Practically the
Interesting.
same car, only noticeable difference is the gearing. I did not know that. But it just sucks to see because, you know, a lot of the guys that are in this Star Beast are in some of the lower series, and it's even just having that slight difference can make or break a race.
Yeah, and I see a lot of the Star Beasts are like low 104s. I mean, hey, that's nothing to shake a stick at, but think there's still just a little bit of a difference, maybe, especially with the SS being a 5 gear. But wait, is the regular one a 5 gear too?
That I actually don't know. If someone can fact check that for me, that'd be cool. Um, as far as I know, I think it is a
Go
five
look.
gear. I think the SS just might have a little bit of longer
Yeah,
gear.
it's a 5 speed too. Okay. Well,
Yeah, I think the SS just has longer gears.
yeah.
But
Well, we never
this,
know, man. We can have some. There's can be some racing incidents that happen, and maybe a Star Beast will sneak one out. Let's see how it goes.
yeah, exactly. And the difference between qualifying and racing are very different things. I tend to
Yeah,
view
that is true because I'm a horrible qualifier. So
me too. Honestly, it's a bit of a problem,
it
especially
is.
especially being up in Diamond. I mean, if you don't qualify well, it's so hard to catch anybody.
Mm-hmm.
But we are getting ready for 15 laps. Both races in this race will be 15 laps. Seeing as how W loves to have a minute and a half lap times. But
Excuse me. Right.
looking around, all right, we're going into the race. Chat, what are some predictions? Who's other than W? Leave W alone. Don't ride him. Who are your predictions to win this race?
I'm gonna have to go with the second place guy. I'm gonna have to go Spider, but that guy in third place, they better not sleep on him because I think he's gonna be there at the end too. So
You know what? I'm going to go out on a bit of a limb here. I'm going to reach. I'm going to go for my boy in fifth, Ruthless Mamba.
good pick, solid pick.
Mamba's been really killing it this season. He's definitely been showing out for the shenanigan pancakes, that's for
Hey,
sure.
hey, man, he showed up for that J-Rays deal that he does on Friday night. He took like 4 or 5 races, man.
Did he really?
Yes.
Yeah, I mean, when he gets locked in, I feel like he's another guy who's struggles a little bit for qualifying, but is just a really solid racer.
Mm-hmm. I have to agree with that one.
I see Oscar in the chat saying Mamba will podium. Yeah, I definitely think he'll, at the very least, podium. Sprague said the only difference is 400 RPM between the max torque and max horsepower output. Interesting. Alright, we are coming around the corner. I'm going to ride on board. Let's go with Soulpun. He's at the back of the pack, but it means we get to see all the excitement. As we
Should
come
be me.
around the front stretch, Mamba's holding them, but they are going green. That was a very late green. Interesting.
And we got W rolling out to first here. Spider's going to follow in line. Swamp Dog holding third. Booby's looking to change that, though.
Yeah, and one thing you'll notice from Booby is as much of a aggressive racer as he can be, he knows when to do it.
Mm-hmm. That he does. I've had a lot of races with Booby, and he does assert himself, but he can back it up too. So
And Swamp Dog has fallen back into fourth position with Mamba right on him.
yeah, he's trying to hold on to that third spot, and looks like he's doing all right so far. I mean, well, he's going to get a huge run on Spider Monkey here. Try to stick it on the inside, see if he can. Well, Spider kind of goes off a little bit there.
Yeah, that's another thing. I feel like a lot of these guys might still be used to the faster classes. I mean, week 4 was in B class, week 5 was in A class, so sometimes it's difficult to switch back and forth between the 3 classes.
Well, they're still. You could still fit them under a blanket here from like third all the way back to 7th, 8th place right now, and Well, I was going to say Booby and W are trying to run off, but I don't
Oh, and
think Spider
Swamp
will let
Dog
that.
and Mamba
What's
get
going on
into
with
it.
W? Is he doing? Oh, I see what
Let's
he's doing.
see. Oh, he's letting Booby take the lead.
Yep,
So,
I see exactly what. Oh, yep,
we'll
got three
say
blues like right here. So,
terrible luck for Swamp Dog. Him and Mamba got into it a little bit, and Swamp
oh
Dog
no,
has got clobbered through that straight stretch. But looking back,
oh
oh, and
no, Spider could.
Spider.
Somebody think whoever ran into the back of Spider shoved him into the barriers. That's a tally, isn't it?
Oh, and Brad Perk is on his side into the ambulance. So this will be a caution.
Is it a full course caution now, or is it just a tally?
Yes.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, since who was it? It was Swamp Dog was involved in the first.
Who got in the back of Spider? I didn't even see who it was.
I believe it was W, Spider, and Sprag were all in a line. So it must
Oh
have been
man,
Sprag getting
they
into
must
the
have been
back of him a
checking
little
up or
bit.
something.
Yeah, it's a very tight section of track where they crashed. I mean, it's high speed. Due West, there was 3 separate wrecks. There was the Swamp Dog incident, then the Spider incident, and then I don't know if you saw it, but Brad kind of was on his side flying into an ambulance.
I kind of caught the tail end of it, but I wasn't sure who it was. But I was about to say, I mean, that is also a bad thing about putting all of your team in where they were what third, fourth, and fifth, right?
So that's actually just based on series points. So everyone on blue team is all in diamond. Everyone on yellow
Oh,
is gold. So that's how we
oh
separate
shoot,
separate that.
okay. Well, then what? I wonder what happened to W then, because just like he just let off and let him take the lead, but
So
I don't know.
Booby is on W's team. What I think he was doing
Oh,
was letting him go and playing blocker, just
oh, okay,
trying to keep
all
everyone
right,
behind him. Because I know W's very confident that if he gets past, he will make it back up.
yeah, all right, makes sense.
But we are restacked. Swamp Dog, as you can see, has lost some health. He kind of got annihilated in that crash.
I'm not going to count him out, though. That kind of gave him a little bit of a blessing there, this caution coming out. So let's see what happens here.
Absolutely. I'm going to ride on board with Spider going into the start of this, see how many positions he can make up.
I think I'm going to jump on board with my boy Swamp Dog here, actually.
As we go green for the second time here at Sandstone Main Reverse. I almost forgot what track this was. It was a much more of a tame start than last time around. W and Bobby still hold that first and second, trying to hold people off. Spider makes a quick move on Ice Dude. The problem that Spider's going to face here is that if it's in C-Class, it's hard to reel people down when they're at similar or higher skill levels than you. So it'll be tough to catch those guys in the front.
Yep, and Ruthless is giving W a fight here for second. Oh, they kind of revving doors there a little bit.
And with that, Sprag and D-Highs are right there on them. Spider Monkey, man, W has
W gets
fallen back
shuffled
to
in the back here.
And Wheelie Bum is up on his
Whoa.
side. This is getting interesting for
Oh,
W.
they are 3 wide going into this last corner here.
2 sections of
Oh
3 wide going
my
into the
God.
final corner. That's the kind of racing I like to see.
Holy cow, I wasn't sure if they were going to make it through that or not, because when I last looked, they were almost going 4 wide, so that was interesting.
Well, I'm glad I hopped on board with Spider, because he's now up to 6th and right behind W and Mamba.
Let's go check in on our leader here. Well, he's out to, oh man, he's probably got good 2 seconds on D-Highs right now, just kind of cruising.
Yeah,
Sprague.
Bobby's in a really good spot here. He's got the fastest lap, a really good lead.
D-Highs is trying to fight off Sprague, if he can.
And all that fighting is just going to let Mamba W Spider catch up. Spider makes a little error there, comes off the jump a little weird, and Wheelie takes advantage.
W is going to take that spot back from Ruthless. So he's going to go work on Sprague now.
And this seems like a really good battle, so I'm going to ride on board with Mamba here for a little bit and just see kind of what happens. See D West in the chat saying Spider is someone who will actually be patient. I agree, and that is one thing I love about racing with Spider is he won't rough you up at all unless it's a mistake. You know, he's very very patient.
Yes, he is. Let's look at the back of the pack here. It looks like Swamp Dog's trying to make a move on Ice Dude here. Oh, he goes up on two wheels. Oh no! Oh, they almost wreck.
And it looks like something must have happened with Brad. I hopped on board with him. He's got orange suspension, orange brakes, and very far in the back of the pack. So something definitely happened there.
I did not catch it either, so I can't fill you in anymore on that. I've kind of just been cycling through the field here. Oh, Willie and Sprague get together, and Willie goes into the guardrail.
Well, you know, that being team-on-team violence was not going to be very good.
No.
Yeah, and you can tell just by the spread of the teammates right now. Sprague, the captain of his team, is in the best position, and he's in 6th. So they're having a bit of a rough go tonight.
Oh man, it's not a good time to be having a rough go either. This is go time.
Yeah, absolutely, and unfortunately for Spider's team, you know, they're looking good for maybe getting that transfer spot, but it's still only top 2 that score points. So Booby and W just commanding this race right now. Moving to the back
Spider
of the pack.
Monkey's going to make a move on D-Highs, try to take 3rd place. Oh wait,
You
no,
know,
4th
and
place. My bad.
I think that's a smart move. I think you know, all 3 of them are on the same team, but Spider's, you know,
Probably got a little more pace, maybe.
Yeah, he's definitely got more pace. He's ran a 103.7 to D-High's 104.5, so, and it looks like they're gonna do that. Mamba and Spider are also gonna switch off positions here potentially.
So I think this is a very, very good move by them. So let's see if it's going to pay off here. They still got time to go catch them front too, if they can. But they would have to make a mistake. So, oh, Spider's on 2 wheels.
Yeah, and with the pace of W, like I said, I think he can muster a 102.8. He's there.
Holy crap.
But the pace of this kid, it's so hard to catch him.
Yeah, I think they might have that covered up there because Booby's running a good run too. So.
Yeah, and I think these two understand that, and they're just gonna chill out for a little bit and just kind of put her on cruise control and let her run for these last few laps.
Yeah, I kind of had that similar situation in my WPL race. Hollywood and Reaper are my teammates, and Hollywood was in front of me, and he's like, all right, you can go on by. And I was like, okay, so I went and tried to catch the guy in front of me, but, you know, there's a lot more to think about than just, you know, racing for positions, and there's a lot more that goes into it.
Yeah, and I did a similar thing for our race. Unknown kind of got pushed out on the first corner, and I ended up passing Soul Pun for the lead. And you know, before I spun out in front of him and took myself and him out, I was kind of driving a bit slower and defensively on purpose to try and let Unknown and Soraxu catch us for Unknown to potentially score higher.
D-Highs hits the banking by the ambulance. The ambulance corner, we'll just call it that. And he's going to lose a couple spots here.
Absolutely. So it'll be interesting to see if a caution comes out with Brad also getting into something, whatever it may be.
Uh-oh.
I'm gonna ride on board with Wheelie Bum here for a minute. We got the Silver Boys all hanging out. Soul Pun, your Silver Champion, D-Highs, and Wheelie Bum, all right behind Beast Bragg. So they're running at a solid pace here.
Yeah, everybody else is kind of spread out right now.
Yeah, they're really the only grouping.
Yeah, this is gonna turn into a good battle here, especially if they can catch Sprague here.
Yeah, and I think I did see W was catching Bobby But it looks like W did the smart thing and backed off of him a little bit just to get some of that pressure off.
You think he'll ride around in second? You think he'll do something on the last lap?
I think he's smart enough to ride around on second, but I do also know that W's getting close to Luke Mann's all-time wins record in PRA, so it'll be
Holy
interesting to
crap.
see if, yeah, I believe he's 10 wins off. So I know he definitely wants that.
I'm still looking for my first.
Don't worry, I've been here for 5 years and I only have, or 5 seasons, I only have 2 of them, so it's a tough life over here in the PRA.
Yeah, and I don't win a lot of races, but I've won a handful of championships over there. I don't know. I just try to be consistent because that's about all I can do. If I get a win, I get a win. Whatever.
Well, my running joke was my silver season. I was second in points pretty much all season. I was the most consistent second place finisher. The only problem is the champion was the most consistent first place finisher.
I know all about that.
Oh, and it looks like a caution is coming out here.
Oh no, really? Holy cow!
So this is caution cutoff, is lap 13. So we're going to be going to a green-white checkered. I'm going to mute my mic for a second while this dog goes bananas.
While we wait for him to make another appearance, they are having a caution right now. This changes everything.
Alright, seems like the dog has calmed down.
I have that problem myself.
Well, it sounds like someone was at the door and she just went freaking crazy. Meanwhile, during that break, Oscar was making fun of me for being on kilometers per hour. So I switched it to miles. For all you American fuckers.
That's funny. Oh man.
But yeah, as you were saying before I came back, this is going to change everything. I mean, it looks like Bobby actually gave W the first place position, just giving up that spot to let him have the inside and maybe run away for the win here.
Yeah, especially with the way how crazy this restart is going to be, because this restart is going to be, it's going to be bonkers.
Yeah, with 2 laps to go, everyone needs every position they can get, so I'm definitely going to look at Mamba to try and make a move on W here. Never mind, I'm wrong. The first turn's a right-hander. Bobby still has pole position.
All right. And the thing is, like, W can't just try to cover the inside when Booby goes by, because it's not going to be open.
And Mamba
he's going to go
actually
around the outside here. Oh,
Mamba
man.
made a good move here. And he's up into second place, and he needs to keep this little taps on W, keep his momentum down a little bit.
Oh, and Brad Perk kind of squeezed Soul Pun out of that position there, but it is go time. Holy crap.
These guys are 3-4 wide coming into this tight left-hander.
Sprague is going to go up the middle off that jump there. Oh, that's going to work out for him. Now he's on the inside.
And Spider makes an aggressive move on W.
He's going to try to make a move on W here. Sprague is. Let's see what happens. Holy crap.
If Sprague gets this position, there. Things aren't looking great.
He's going to take it 3 wide on the outside. Oh, boy.
And a cut back onto the inside. As Mamba gets pushed out, he's keeping that contact on W. This is just a rat's nest of cars right now.
We're coming to the white flag.
Booby still holds that first place position with Spider close behind
my
in second.
boy Spider, my pick for this race, is in second place right now, making a move on Booby here.
Yeah, we're gonna hop on board for this, it being the last lap. This is big for team points. If Spider gets this position, I believe they'll be tied going into the last race of the semifinals.
Oh shit. Let's see here. We're coming down to the jump to the left-hander.
And this is where
Now
Spider's
they're gonna go
strength
down the
is.
hill. He's gonna get it around on Booby here, I think.
Yeah, he's
He's
staying a
closing.
little bit smoother, so he's gaining some ground. I think this left-hander up here up the hill is going to be make or break time.
Oh, he's gonna go for it right now here. He's gonna force it. Oh, Booby kind of gets loose out there on the grass, and he's gonna. Oh, and they get together. Holy shit! Oh,
They
sorry.
are too
Holy cow.
wide. Oh, it's all good. This is about to be a 3-wide drag race to the finals.
Oh, W kind of pushed Spider through there. Oh, they're still sideways going to the line here.
Bobby hits the
And
wall.
Spider is going to take that win. Holy crap.
Spider monkey.
Oh, man, that was my pick.
Man, what a race between these guys. Honestly, all of them were in solid contention. Even the guys at the back were having a really good race with each other, so very,
What
very
a
strong
race.
race.
Holy.
So we are going to invite Spider up into the party. If you could do that for me, sir,
All right, hang on.
for a little bit of a post-race interview.
Find him here.
Yeah, I see D West. Kudos to Sprague for backing off the not spin out W. Very, very
All right,
courteous move indeed.
the invite has been sent.
Very good. We will wait on Spider.
There he is.
There is the
Hey.
man.
You
Man.
were my pick to
Oh,
win
man.
this race, sir. You were my pick. I said it at the
That's
beginning of this
crazy.
race. I said Spider is going to pull this race out and win it, and I was right. Wow,
That's
that
my
was
first
insane.
PRA win.
I was about
What?
to ask, is that your first
Yeah.
PRA win? And
It
man,
is.
very, very well done. That late race caution, packing up everybody. That was a very, very fun.
It was a
You
crazy
put a
turn of
really good
events.
you put a really good move on Booby going through, like off the backstretch, going to that left-hander before you go to the start
Yeah.
finish line. I didn't
Well, I
expect you
knew
to go.
that like Booby can his defense. It's super hard to get around him, and even if you do, like he'll stick a fender into you and like drag you down. So I
Mhm.
knew
I
like
know I
there's
know all
only so
too
many
well.
chances I would get. So
And he got super loose when he got up the hill there, and after that,
well,
Yeah.
he took the fast line, and I tried to take the defensive line and cut him off before he could get the run on me.
and just to think, like halfway through that race, you and Sprague and I don't remember who the other guy was, like wrecked and got into
Oh, I
the
was in
wall and
last
everything.
place. Yeah.
And yeah,
The first caution, I was in last.
what a run, dude! Like,
Yeah,
kudos
thank you,
to you,
thank
man.
you.
equals that. Yeah, absolutely. That was a very, very fun race to watch. I mean, like you said, coming from last to the front of the pack, I think that's just what you're best at is being screwed
Yep.
over at the start and still finding a way to
Yeah,
beat people.
I guess it gives me the drive, the hunger to win.
Oh, yeah,
if
man.
you're out front, like I don't know, it's a little scarier. But if you're in the back, you have nothing to lose. Like,
Very, very well done. I mean, I'm just going to give you a little update to bring back to the boys, put a little bit of extra pressure on. Going into
all right.
this last race, you and W's team are currently tied. So you guys are tied in
All right.
points. Whoever comes out of this on top will be moving on to the finals guaranteed next Monday.
All right, all right.
Make sure you tell W that specifically I hope he crashes.
Well, it's Pine Hills, so we'll see how it goes.
He's going to lag out, guaranteed. All right, buddy.
All right, guys.
Good job,
Thanks a lot.
man.
Thanks a
Nice
lot.
win
Yep.
for your first win. I felt like I kind of gave you some luck in the booth, so there you go.
Well, I really appreciate it. I definitely needed it.
All right, buddy.
All
Good
right,
luck
guys.
going into Pine Hills.
Yep, thank you.
Man, I can't believe that's his
What a
first win.
race.
And for
What
his,
a race.
for his first win to be in a lobby with W, I mean, that's a statement in its own right there.
Oh yeah, because it's super hard to beat these guys, especially W, and everybody in that race. They're all hard to compete with, man. Everybody's usually close, like with pace, and it's so hard.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, that you saw it by the lap times. That top group of 5, 6 guys were all right around that same, within half a second of each other, I'd say.
Yep. Low 103s
Yeah, low
or W
103s.
102s.
When I practice, here's a little statement for everybody. I always check W's times, and as long as I'm within like 0.3 of a second, I'm doing good.
Yep, and I'm usually farther down on that, farther down. But it's like you just got to keep going, man. You can't get discouraged by it.
Yeah, absolutely, and that's why I really like the WPL and the way that you guys run things with only having roughly an hour to practice, and I think
Yeah,
it's really
just kind of
smart.
like spur of the moment. Here you go, figure it out. Yep.
Yeah, and that's kind of what I want to do with these fun off series events. I don't want to call them off series.
That's
little
why
side pop up events.
That's when I'm at best. I'm a 2-time wild card champion over there. That's usually when I'm best. Like random cars and random shit that you got to do. Armor. It's fun.
Yeah,
Especially when it's like out of the hat.
I had the joy of running one wildcard race over there, and I had an absolute blast. I believe it was.
Yeah, it's fun, man. It's like my favorite series.
It was like a B-class road slayer with a big bumper on it, like just the most random stuff, and it is so much fun. I can't say it enough, and that's not that I don't have fun in PRA, but
Yeah.
just having that freedom of like, this is a fun event.
Something
It's not
fresh.
my main series, fresh and new. I think PRA could benefit from that, so I'm going to run some pop-up events next season.
Who's commentating second race?
Second race will be me and my boy Oscar.
Oh, nice. Well, I'm probably gonna get off here and get some to eat. It's been a pleasure. It was fun. I had a blast.
Well,
So-
I'm at second lobby. This is the second race, sir.
Oh shit! I forgot. All right.
We
All
run
right.
2
Second
races a
race.
night, brother.
I gotta take a pee break real quick. Be right
Yeah,
back.
yeah, absolutely. Well, as soon as Sprague, he's done checking his tune for the millionth time, we're going to get into some qualifying on PRA main rally circuit. Oscar, I don't want to hear it from you. You left me. I need you back in my life. But we're going to ride on board with Spider Monkey, the winner of race number 1 tonight. Still very impressive showing out of him. I mean, that second caution was a saving grace, and he capitalized perfectly on it. I left you? Pretty sure that's not what happened, but alright.
All right, man. I'm back.
Sounds
All right,
good.
So,
I'm riding on board with Spider, winner of race number 1, to see what kind of times he can put down here.
while you're doing that, I'm gonna heat me up some food real quick.
Nothing wrong with a little bit of pee and food break. Ty Hard, see you in the chat. I love you too, buddy. I'm excited to race with you again, hopefully in the near future.
Well, hopefully I have not been too quiet. I hope I've at least helped out a little bit while I've been in here.
Oh, absolutely. I've had guys come in for their first time and speak like 5 words, so you've been doing great.
I tried to keep up with the flow of the race. Like I tried to cycle through the field and see if I could see stuff happening, stuff like that. Just trying to get everything out there.
Yeah, and that's kind of the main goal. Sometimes we miss out, but there's only one guy streaming. We catch what we catch. Leave me alone.
Yep. Yep.
And,
So we got
and
going on here.
with the difference in commentating between the 2 leagues, we're not here in the driver's POV either, so it's tough.
Yep.
D West, Oscar's team is in the next race, and Oscar's always biased, so But everyone is coming around for their first hot lap here. Let's see what kind of times these guys are putting down. Brad with a 106.9, very strong lap, I think. Maybe, I don't know. Well, here.
Spider just went to the top of the board, 106.2.
And let's see what W does. W and Soul Pun, side by side, like always. I want to see what kind of time he puts down here. Booby with a 106.3, another really strong lap. Same with Sprag. Wow. Man. I think W needs to calm down. I think he's angry that he lost last race, to be honest with you.
What was his time?
He just ran a 105.3.
My God.
So he's a full second faster than the guy in third. Almost a full second than the guy in second.
Yeah, I'd say he's got a little chip on his shoulder for this one. And if he's anything like Unknown, when that happens, it ain't good.
Yeah, it's... Unknown's such a weird guy where, like, he'll just be chilling, hanging out. And then all of a sudden, he's like, you know what, let's run some world record times real quick.
Yeah, let's turn it on. Yep, here we go.
Spider Monkey down in the 105s with a 105.8. Brad Perk has bumped up into third with a 106.2. Very strong lap.
Very, very good lap.
W improves to a 105.2. So these guys are just, you know, you got your top two guys, both in the 105s.
I was about to say, it's like, this is,
and then
I
it's
don't know how
like,
this one's gonna go.
Then you only have a gap of like a second and a half for the rest of the field. And this is a track that is another really long one, obviously longer than the last one, and it's tough to get into a groove on these long tracks.
Oh yes, it is. This one's tough,
and especially with all the elevation changes, and you know, there's a lot of different variety of turns. You got your sweeping right-handers, your double rights, your hairpins. You got pretty much everything except for, you know, maybe lacking on a couple left-handers.
I will say one thing about this, though, like, especially, well, all around this track, curbs will jack you up if you're not being careful.
Yeah, absolutely. This is...
and I'm guilty of it because I use pretty good amount of curb, but at this place, it doesn't usually work out.
Yeah, you have to have a master class in car control to use the curbs here. So you see W still has that top time. Booby has moved up into the 105s with a 105.9. So it looks like W has done well of training Bobby this time around. Not that he didn't for the last race. Bobby held the lead for what, 10 laps?
Yeah, he was running a solid race up there. He had really good pace, and
so we're coming around on the last of the qualifiers. Spider Monkey stays in second currently. Bobby stays in third. We're just waiting on W, Soul Pun, and Swamp Dog to finish up their laps. W finishes, no improvement. Soul Pun, same thing, no improvement. And Swamp Dog coming around, and he did improve. He improved, I'm not sure what up to, but he's now in the 10th position.
good job, Swamp Dog. You got another race, man.
So we have two of our Diamond Series. I don't know what happened with Spragg this week. He might not have had a whole lot of time to practice or something like that, or he just might struggle in this car on these tracks, but...
I remember, like, he kind of mentioned something last week. He hasn't really been on here, like, before we were starting last week or something like that, or hadn't a lot of practice, so you're probably right.
Yeah, and he started off joining PRA with not really practicing a whole lot, and then he won a race in silver and came up to gold and saw how tough it can be, and he's like, yeah, maybe I should practice. And he started practicing, and, you know, he ended up winning a gold race. Thanks to me, I kind of handed him that one on a silver platter, but... Sorry, W. Love you, buddy. Definitely didn't punt W out of the way on the start of a caution with 2 laps to go. I don't know what you're talking about. But something that we didn't see last race, some of these Star Beasts, you know, 4th and 5th. Maybe
They might have a better chance on this track. It kind of seems like maybe it fits that, maybe it fits the regular Star Beast more this track than last. We'll see.
I see Brad in the chat. Sprague had the wrong gear qualifying on Pine Hills. Well, that could do a world of trouble for you.
Oh, yeah. Who's your pick for this one?
If we're not including W?
Yes. W is not an answer.
You know what? I think there's a fire building inside of Booby for losing that race. He had that in his hands almost the entire time, and he lost it in the last lap. So I think he would have a good shot of podium, if not winning.
He fucking kick voted for me. Heard what I said. Hey kid, we all like you around here. You're definitely faster than me, that's for sure.
Yeah, this kid's on another level.
Alright. Maybe I'll make him happier. I picked W to win this race. I wonder if that'll make him happier.
I still don't. You know what? He's probably kick voting you because you're not ready to up.
Oh, shit.
Too busy eating some pizza or whatever it is.
Yeah, that's what I'm doing right now. My bad.
Alright, who are we going to ride on board with to start this one off? I think... Let's go with Ruthless. I think Ruthless had a good shot of winning last race and just kind of got a little too beat up at the end in that big group.
Nah, I'm gonna go with my gut. I'm picking Spider again.
Spider's always a good pick.
I think he's gonna sweep it. I think he's gonna get his second PRA.
If he gets his first and second win in the semifinals of a PRA league with W in the lobby, that's just...
The legend
that's
there.
insane.
Absolute legend.
I mean, it takes a lot to beat the kid on his own, let alone doing it twice in a night.
Oh, yeah.
I don't know if W's ever gone a week without winning at least one of the races. But I'm excited for this one. This is normally a PRA Classic, but we don't run the rally circuit. We usually just run the main. Everyone knows week 1, Bloomfield Oval and Pine Hills Main. It's what it's always been. It's what it will always will be. As long as B-Dog has a say in it, because I hate those tracks, but, you know.
It's nice to make this part of the championship race, though.
Yeah, absolutely. I think it's a good change, good variety. Maybe not so much in C-Class. It would have been cool to see this in B-Class, I think. But we are stacking up, and we are going green for race number 2. Pine Hills Main Rally. Booby starting off with a bit of a door shove into Brad there, but doesn't lose any positions, gaining positions.
And Spider is holding strong here with W on the front row.
He is, and
yeah,
I think Spider's really good at just kind of sticking on you.
Oh, yep, sure is. Name fits the bill.
Yeah, I always hate it when Spider's behind me because I know he's just gonna ride my bumper until I make a mistake.
Mm-hmm.
And just the thought of that causes me to make a mistake every time.
Booby's peeking to the end. He's trying to peek in there. He's at his quarter now. Oh, they kind of get hooked. Oh, Booby goes off the grass. Oh, he saves it.
And Brad is peeking his nose in there, saying, "Hey guys, I want to have some fun."
These guys keep messing around. He's gonna take those spots.
And with all this battling, this is what Bobby wants to do. I mean, just slow Spider down, keep him off a W.
Mm-hmm. Pester him.
That's right, and it's exactly what he's done. W's got not a huge lead, but he's got a decent one, and he makes a big mistake, goes
Oh no!
super wide.
I thought I saw a blue car out there in the ditch, but I was second guessing myself because I didn't expect that.
So now we got this pack 1, 2, 3.
Oh, they are 3 wide here for the lead.
Big move on the inside, and they kind of pinch Spider in between the two of them, and W slowing up again to let Booby around.
I don't know if this is a real good spot here for Spider. Let's see what happens.
Well, if Spider can get around and get some clean air from W, Bobby goes a little wide, not too bad.
W almost got to
Yeah,
the door of Spider.
And behind W, he's got 2 of the live wires, and Brad and B-Sprag right there.
And Bumba's creeping up too.
This is a nice, good pack at the front of the pack here. I mean, I gotta show some love to the guys at the back. Ice Dude and Swamp Dog struggling a little bit here. It's a very, very tricky track.
Yes, indeed.
But other than the front pack, Soulpun and D-Highs look like they're having a... Soulpun's kind of pulled away a little bit, but they were having a good battle.
Oh, W kind of forces it in there. He's to the side of Spider Monkey now.
But Spider's
gonna hold him off.
Yeah, Spider does have preferred inside line, able to hold that position, but I mean,
it is very, very difficult to try to make a pass on the outside right there. It's very, very tough.
W's trying to peek his nose in. Spider, very good job of holding the outside line.
Oh yeah, and he got a good run going down the hill there, stay out in front of him too.
So it seems like Bobby and W have switched roles here, where W's trying to slow Spider down to let Bobby run away, but Spider has
very,
a lot
very
of
interesting
speed.
strategy.
It is. I mean, it's definitely tough to slow Spider down, but you know, it's...
And W is peeking in there now again, and looks like he's gonna tuck back in line for now. I think he might just be heckling Spider here. I don't know.
Bobby goes
I've been kind of thinking watching this battle.
They were 3 wide there for a second, but Spider's doing a great job of just staying alive between these two.
Oh yeah, he's kind of in a hornet's nest right now.
Spider gets pushed out a little bit wider. But
now,
man,
to theoretically say, what if Spider does pass Bobby? Then what does W do?
I think he would have to pass Bobby as well. I mean, he showed in qualifying that he has some insane pace here.
Oh yeah, that's what I was kind of thinking myself here, trying to think of different scenarios how this could work out.
Yeah, if I'm in Bobby's shoes and Spider passes me, I let W follow right by and just follow W and try and get W the lead, and then maybe even a 1-2 position.
Yep. Front row lockout.
Seems like the rest of the field has kind of spread out. I mean,
you got Brad Perk hanging back there too. He's been quiet. I've been focused on this top 3, and he's back there. He's pretty close. I mean,
yeah, and this is kind of what I taught him. One of the big things I said is, when you have 2 guys battling in front of you like that, just chill. Let them do their thing. They're going to go wide somewhere. They're going to make a mistake somewhere, and that's when you strike.
And look what just happened. Spider and W kind of had some little bit of rubbing action going on through that corner, and he's gotten that much closer. He gets in the back of Spider. Is he going to go for that spot? I don't know if he's going to do it here. It doesn't really...
Man, and it looks like Spider got a bit of a run. He's on the inside of W here going to this double right-hander.
And he's doing a heck of a job trying to stay split between these 2 guys.
Yeah, and he's just trying to better his chances of winning, because if a caution comes out, you know, Mamba's very quick. He can make it up here. Or just trying to have a better positioning for the final transfer spot.
Now Now this is interesting. Looks like W has finally worked his way around Spider.
Yeah, but we've seen before, Spider has a way of gluing himself to your car.
Mm-hmm.
It's already happened once this race. I'm sure he could do it again. But if he gives W just a little too much clean air, it'll be tough.
Speaking of Mamba, looks like he's trying to make a move on Sprague or closing in on him or something here. They're getting ready to have a pretty good battle. I'm going to go back there and watch that for a second.
Yeah, I'm going to roll on with Mamba here as well. Wheelie Bum is not far behind Mamba either, so looks like the live wires are coming alive here with Brad in 4th, Sprague in 5th, and Wheelie in 7th. Very, very tight group there.
And they've kind of came on strong here late. I mean, Brad's been up there, but these other two have... Seems like they're starting to get with it.
I see Oscar in the chat. Kind of not cool, W being so touchy. I mean, I kind of agree, but I also find myself, when I have someone who's on the same pace and level as me, or faster, I have to give them a little taps here and there. Like,
yeah. And I will say, Spider has not... He's been aggressive too, so, I mean, it's kind of went... It's went both ways, but I kind of feel the same way. But you got to do those little things that's going to annoy the heck out of your competitor. I mean, if that's what you got to do, that's what you got to do.
Yeah, and as long as you're not throwing them out of their line or, you know, crashing them out, I mean, little car taps and stuff, I think is okay. But
yeah,
just,
I mean,
just be respectful.
Just don't wreck them.
Yeah, and sometimes it doesn't work out. Like, I know I've gotten into it with Spider and even D West a couple times. Of like, you know, I went in a little too hot, and you know that's on me. I own up for my mistakes.
Mm-hmm.
But I always try and do my best to back off if I'm hooked or hit them too hard or something like that. But since W has gotten away from Spider, one lap after having clean air, he ran a 105.2 already. So it's going to be tough to catch him again. But, as I say, Spider has ran a 105.5. Oscar, or don't do what Wire does to me. Only you, Oscar.
Come on. Check back in on the top 3 here. We still got... They are all still relatively close.
Yeah, it's still anyone's race, and, you know, we saw what happened last time. A late race caution can change everything.
Yes, it can. And Brad Perk still hanging on strong in 4th place. It's been a good run for him, it seems like.
Yeah, now that these top 3 have stopped fighting each other and hitting each other in every corner, they've definitely showed their pace and just kind of ran away from everyone, but... You know, still very strong to keep up with those guys, even when they are battling.
We got a battle for 4th and 5th here. Are these guys on the same team?
No, they're not. So Brad is part of the Live Wires, and Ruthless is part of the Shenanigan Pancakes Spider's team.
Ooh.
So Mamba definitely wants this position. And as I say that, yeah, he makes the move. Very, very clean pass. But we are coming up to close to caution cutoff. 2 more laps will be caution cutoff. It looks like Ruthless has got that position. Looks like he's going to keep it. He's putting a little bit of a gap on Brad here, so...
Wheelie's still working on Sprague, it looks like.
And that one I don't get. I think Wheelie should just kind of back off. Yeah,
he backed off a little bit. I think I just caught it at the wrong time. I was kind of looking back off of Ruthless's, so...
Yeah, so here it's... You want to let Sprague kind of just try and catch... It seems like he's off the pace a little bit here. Like, not throwing any shade, but... You know, a 106.5 is still probably better than I could do.
Same.
Brad is still on Mamba here. Hasn't backed off at all. So very, very impressive.
He's been running a good race.
He has, and even if he finishes with a fifth here, you know, still a very, very strong race out of him.
Oh yeah.
Is that Spider catching up to W? No, okay, it just looked like it coming down that hill. I'm like, that they look pretty close. But still, even then, I think honestly, if I'm W here, I want to pass Bobby and just kind of run away. Let Bobby play blocker.
Yeah, I kind of feel the same way here, but maybe he's just gonna run back there and run blocker for Booby. Who knows? We'll see though when it comes up to the closing couple laps here. We're pretty much there, but
Yeah, so that'll be caution cut off. No more cautions. Green to the end. I feel like an official saying that. I've said that so many times in my life now. It's ingrained. I should get a tattoo of it, honestly.
this race has definitely been a lot more straightforward than the last one.
Very tame, but as we say that, Spider puts his nose in on W, gives him a little love tap.
We're getting a little bit of a...
Getting a little bit of action at a 2 and 3 here. W take a very defensive line through that corner.
Yes, he did.
But it paid off, as Spider was trying to go for extra speed and had to check up a little bit to not annihilate the rear end of W. So we got 2 laps left. Bobby, my pick, still holding strong.
Are we gonna nail our picks? Are we gonna nail our picks tonight?
I think we might. I think we might go, 1 for 2 for both of us. So 2 for 2 on the races. But Spider, I know Spider's getting hungry. He wants that position. And again, a 2 and a 4 is very, very solid to take into the potential last place points.
Not saying like it's gonna happen or bad juju or anything, but what if W tries to go for the win and they kind of get together and then Spider takes the win?
That would be amazing. I'd be so happy to see that. I don't know if W's dumb enough to do it.
We'll see what happens here in a second.
That we will. So we are on the final lap. W running consistent 105s here. It's tough to keep up with that, but
oh yeah,
I'm gonna show some love.
He's not really being too aggressive here.
Well, I was gonna show some love elsewhere, but everyone else is super spread out right now, unless they're on the same team. So scratch that. We go back to the front. We ride on board.
Get a little closer there.
We ran on board with Spider. He's only got a few more corners, and he lost a lot of speed in that corner.
Bibby's still holding strong.
Coming around the second last corner of the race, W does not make the move.
Yeah, I think see what happens here, last corner, but it's looking like Booby's gonna take the win here. Yep. Alright.
Booby with the win, W second, Spider third, Ruthless Mamba, maybe? Yep. Yeah, he's got fourth locked up. Brad with a very impressive fifth, as we said. He kept up with those Titans for a little while and, held his own, so. Especially in the Star Beast. He wasn't in the SS, remember that.
Oh, Brad was? Holy cow, yeah, there you go.
So, we need to get Booby up in the chat.
Yep.
Yeah,
sent.
D West, I completely understand your point, and we are trying to make changes for that next season to where team racing can still be a thing, but we lose some of that behavior. Booby!
Nice win, man.
I hope so. We will find out in a second.
We weren't sure if Debbie was going to go for the win that last lap or what, but it looks like he just rode in behind you there. That was a nice, good, solid effort, man.
Yeah,
Yep.
very, very strong showing. Sometimes the captain's got to sacrifice his chase for the record, you know? Yeah, man, and you know what? I put my money on you going into this one. I was like, Booby's got a fire under his ass right now. he
Yeah, me and
led
Wired are,
so many laps.
Me and Wired picked both of the races.
We can't hear you, Booby. Well, while we get that figured out, I'm going to see if the... No, I'm not going to see. That's spoilers. We'll wait for the next stream. I know Mission just did it, so he can lead you.
Go to the party chat. Go and click on the party chat and go to party settings. Or voice chat settings, I mean. You find it? Yeah, so go click on the booth party, and then you'll click the 3 dots all the way to the right. Where, yep, and then voice chat settings.
Yeah, that must have been for PS4. Should be good now.
All right. Can we hear the Booby?
Yeah,
Let me know in the
hopefully
chat.
you can.
We
I
will wait
changed
for
it
a
so it's
second. We will wait for a second for confirmation.
You know, funny thing is, Booby, I picked Spider to win the first race, and Wired picked you to win the second race.
And both... Okay, so we can hear you. Very good. Well, congratulations.
Yeah, well, W could have had both of those races, but that's what team racing's about.
That's right. Sometimes you got to play it for the team.
And I think
Unlike Max
could
Verstappen.
assure himself a second place position there.
Yeah,
you know, by having me go out front. So.
Yeah, he did secure that second place position, and it kind of looked like in the first race, he let you go by and said, "I'm going to play blocker," and slowed up a bunch of the guys.
He did, but that caution came out. And
Yeah, that
I was
changed
bummed
everything.
out, but I mean, it's not Slow-Pump's fault, but he was the second tally.
Wow, so
Like,
your
no,
own
you should've not said nothing.
your own teammate screwed you guys over. Imagine that.
Well, I mean, it wasn't his fault. I mean, he's just gonna call it when it does. But I mean, that's just the way it worked out, though.
Good, strong effort by you, though, both races. That first race was freaking wild. That last one was pretty tame. It kind of looked like, but
It was they were both good races. They were both a lot of fun.
Oh, Soplan says he
Yeah,
wasn't
no,
the tally. He just saw one.
Oh.
So you still called it, and it's still your fault.
Yeah, way to call it out, fool.
It's all good. It's all good. If my points are correct,
He was like, "I'm just trying to be honest."
if my
Well, I can't
points,
fault you for that.
if my points are correct, I believe you guys have locked yourselves into the final race. Don't quote me. I'm just pretty sure. So, congratulations, on winning.
I would think we
race
did. We got a
2.
1 and 2 and a 2 and a 3. So.
Yeah, I believe you guys were tied going into race 2, and that would solidify your spot into the finals. So, congratulations on that. Congratulations on your
Can't
win.
wait to see what happens at 8:30.
Absolutely.
All right, thanks a lot, Wired.
No worries. Congratulations again.
Thanks, Mission.
take care, Booby. Good win, man.
Yeah, you guys. Bye.
Well, man,
Well, that was fun. Some good
yeah,
races.
it was a pleasure, man. I enjoyed it. It was fun.
Yeah, it was a pleasure having you. We'll definitely have you up in the booth again sometime soon.
All right, buddy. Well, good luck to everybody else in the second or the race later. So, yep. Well, I'll catch you later, man. I'm out of here.
Yeah, we'll catch you later, buddy. Alright, so that was week number 6, semifinals of the PRA Season 15. We'll be back live in about 15 minutes, 14 minutes if my time is correct, which gives me time to go have a drink and eat a quick snack. So until then, tune into the next race. This is going to be a crazy one.